Hello?
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 Hey Daniel, what are you doing?
So I'm trying to record a video and this guy's over here calling me.
Can I be in the video? Can you?
You are in the video.
Hi guys.
You are in the video. I just had to swap out the battery too because I've recorded this like 5 times.
Oh god, I'm dying.
Good.
Why'd you have to keep restarting?
Cause, dog, I will record a video for like 50 minutes when I'm trying to make it 10.
Yeah.
I turn like a basic 5 to 10 minute video like my entire life story. It's like an hour long and no one cares. I have like 50 subscribers, bro. Bro, what y'all getting?
Oh, we're at Dairy Queen.
Oh, hell nah. They eating DQ.
Yeah, we're at the DQ. That's what I love about you.
Bro, I'm trying to finish this video so I can make food too.
Alright, I won't bother you anymore.
Alright.
Subscribe to Jesus G Fortnite on YouTube.
I'm banning you. Bye.
Oh man.
That was helpful, honestly. I needed that. Thank you for calling me. I have content now in the video. Was I out of focus this whole time? I sort of was. It's fine. What's up, you guys? It's over here. This is like the millionth time I've re-recorded this video. Because like I said, I end up, talking for way too long. I turned something, pretty, basic into something very long and dragged out. And, I'm not at that phase where I can just go on and, like, talk about anything and, have a guaranteed watch time where it's just like, yeah, these people care enough to watch a 30-minute video of me talking about, myself, my life, No one cares. No one cares. I'm still very much in, like, that small YouTube phase. And as you can see, like, me talking to him just unlocked, like, that other side of me, which is good, honestly. Because before I was just sort of, talking like this and, just talking about whatever and making excuses for not making videos or whatever. But now, I'm very hyped up and I'm like, I want to make this video. He just sent me a voice message. Stop. Anyways, yeah, that's a struggle. I just, it's hard. I'm trying to like check through my phone so I can just, stop getting notifications and like distractions and stuff. That's what really sucks about all this. You record something and it's just like I talk too much, and it's not even so much that you went on too long talking, it's that you said too much. Like this cannot be on the internet. Not necessarily because it's bad, although sometimes it's just like, yeah, you're sharing too much. But most of the time it's just, you're sharing too much and not many people are going to care at this stage of your life. And the people who do care, you probably already spoke to them about it. At least that's how it is with me. He sent me another voice message. Dog, let me record my video in peace. Are you trying to get a video or are you trying to wait another year for a video? Seriously. There is those complications, and then it's just like, I should have planned this out better. And, sure, I could keep the recording, just, have it be overlaid as, like, the commentary or the voiceover. But, nah, I don't like that. I really do like planning out these videos more, even though a lot of the videos I've been uploading as of late haven't really been that. That's something I'm trying to make a change for. And, just to talk about that a little bit. I've had this journal since I was in the 8th grade, and pretty much this has all the old scripts to the school videos that are in that playlist that I made a while ago. And, all that original content is in here. This is where I planned it. This is where I wrote about it. This is, where the rubrics still are, the original sheets that were handed to me in class 4 years ago. They're all still in here. But then after that was sort of done, I was just like, I'm going to start using this as sort of a diary and like journal and, reflections and whatever. I have like a 3-4 page reflection with like a sketch and stuff on this thing that I did in 8th grade. I recorded a poetry slam. It was terrible. There's probably like 2 good poems up there. Otherwise, the rest of them were just, the emo kids complaining about their parents. I don't know whatever happened with that footage that I took, but I assume something happened to it. I don't know. But anyways, that journal just has, all that. And then, I brought it back now just because, looking back on it, it's just like, wow, I've made a lot of progress. 4 years ago, I was complaining about pretty dumb things and other things which I'd complain about if they were happening now, but since I'm older, I handle that better, or just my parents aren't treating me that certain type of way, which is it's not terrible. It's better than going off about it in front of a bunch of people and calling it poetry. But yeah, that journal is pretty important on that in that like aspect, in that regard, because just 4 years ago I was complaining about having this computer that I'm recording the video on. Which is, the iMac. It's almost 10 years old. It's going to be 10 years old like next year. I still use it to this day for a lot of things. As of late, it's just been to try out Logic and Final Cut, because I plan on getting a new Mac eventually, because, this is sort of where the story comes from. I had this Mac for a couple of years. And I used it for everything. I used it for games, I used it for videos, I used it for music, just to like mess around. And I used it as a computer, of course, for school and stuff. But eventually I wanted more out of it. I wanted more power. I wanted to, play other games and stuff like that. I was very much like in my, gamer phase and whatever at this time. And, eventually I bought, a pre-built gaming computer. And then I got so interested in that, I wanted even more. And so eventually I was just like, I want to build my own computer. And then I built my own computer. And that's a video, that's history on this channel, which I'm very proud of. And then I moved. I need something more portable. So now I have the laptop, which now I sort of want to get rid of in replacement for that MacBook, but I still play games from time to time, especially with friends. That's sort of, what I've limited to, just playing when like more than 3 people are online. Otherwise, I can talk to someone, but I shouldn't play a game because generally it's not so much that people are having fun anymore, it's that they're stimulated. And that can be either, just like a personal thing. It could just simply be that you have to explore a different genre of games because, a lot of people get stuck in like the FPS loop. It's just like, yeah, FPS games are all cash grabs and stuff. Of course they are. They're like the most marketable game out there. But like the ones that are so successful and like highly regarded and, artistically praised are, the indie games that are telling a story in some sort of way, even though it's sort of joked on that a lot of indie games are just, different versions of telling a story about depression and stuff like that. But like I still hold that respect for games in that regard. It's a very lovely medium. You're basically creating your own reality that someone can like, walk around in and stuff like that. Because like with books, and like this is something else I can talk about with books, it's all just words, and so like that leaves your imagination to like do more work. You're just being presented the instructions to imagine whatever it is that you want to imagine. And then there's the film adaptation or like the animated adaptation of that. Someone adapts that to what they envisioned it to be, so that other people can sort of experience that, even though they don't experience it 100% for themselves because they're not reading the original source material. It just sort of stems into like all those methods of telling stories and stuff like that. But when it comes to games, like I love it for that regard. Otherwise, even then, the only game I really play now is Insurgency Sandstorm, and I play that game more for the experience. It's not a grind game. You don't go in to level up. You go in to inflict PTSD on yourself for like having bombs and stuff blow up around you, and pulling up in a truck and just gunning down the next wave of hostiles and stuff like that. And that game's really fun with a lot of friends because it's just like the environment of that game, which is again like the beauty of creating those physical worlds within like the virtual world and experiencing that. Games are sort of like there now. It's only like a pastime. So like my main machine needs to just be able to like do videos, do music, and all this stuff that I want to do. And overall, like the perfect computer for me as of yet has it's just been the Mac. I only have Windows because, sometimes certain things aren't for Mac, or, the specs, price to spec ratio isn't that great for Macs. It is now because, M1 and just all these chips that Apple's been putting out are great. But not to go too much on a tangent about, tech. Again, going back to like the whole journaling thing, I've been more focused on like self-reflection and, planning and just like learning about other things. And like something that I've been, sort of talking about in my humanities class, because I take a humanities class now in high school. We have this problem in our youth or in our generation, and even some like generations from before, where we aren't illiterate. We know how to read, but we don't choose to read. And, we make the excuse that like it's not for us. But at the same time, like you don't have to necessarily read books for entertainment. You can read to learn, as opposed to watching a video. Now, granted, videos can be a good method of learning if that's just like the type of learner that you are, but also you can easily summarize things into a couple of seconds as opposed to like slowing yourself down by reading it, because people read at different paces as opposed to like they listen or watch at different paces. Like me, people look at me like funny whenever they hear me watching a video without my headphones in. It's just like, why is it so fast? I watch the video at double speed so I can get through it in half the time. That's just how I am now. Obviously, when it comes to like watching a show or a movie, I'll watch it in this the speed that it's supposed to be watched in, because that's sort of part of the experience. When it comes to like informational videos or just like watching an update video or just any video of any sort, it's very few times where I'll like watch it at the original speed, if not just a little bit sped up. Most of the time it's always double speed. Why watch a 2-hour video in 2 hours when I can watch it in one? Just to put it like very exaggeratedly, or I think that's right. I don't know. This is why reading is important. You learn more words and you have a broader vocabulary and stuff. But I'm trying to get back into reading. Not that I was ever really in it, but obviously reading for storytelling isn't so much for me. So I'm trying to get into reading when it comes to like just like nonfiction, history, or photography is very interesting when it comes to like photo books and like the story behind the photo that you're looking at. So it's sort of like a very fancy, glorified, mature, I guess, picture book. I think it's just like that focus and like trying to like use my brain more, as opposed to, again, like I want to produce more than I consume, and I'm trying to get back on top of that. You know, this journal has pretty much allowed me to like sit down for a couple of minutes and just like empty my brain out onto a page or two sometimes. And you know, this pretty much proved to me like, hey, you do have video ideas. The problem is that you never get to them because you don't, you know, start with one, as opposed to like thinking about all of them at the same time and stuff like that. But also just, you don't plan these out. Your best videos, the ones that you like so much, I'm talking to myself basically right now, like I'm literally looking at myself in the camera. The best videos that you like are the ones that you've planned, the ones that have been for school, the ones that have like, you know, tangible, you know, information that you've read off of, that you know, jotted down, that you took notes of and stuff like that, because you executed that with a plan. Those have been like at least your own videos that you've been like the most happy with, the most satisfied with, the most fulfilled by. And, you know, I want that to be every video now. You know, I want all those videos to have like that touch and that care and like that work put into it, so that every video is just like, this is a banger for me. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Now, granted, if I think it's a banger and like I actually put in the work and I'm not lying to myself, most people might think it's a banger too, or they'll find it admirable. So that's sort of a goal that I'm trying to make. But point is that this journal pretty much proved to me like, hey, you have like 7 video ideas that you just need to like, you know, sit down and think about, flesh them out. Those ideas could even stem into like separate videos. Realistically, it's more like 4 or 5, just because, you know, some of them are, you know, music related. So that's sort of like a whole category of videos in of itself. And so when it comes to planning that, it's just like, okay, multiple camera angles, multiple parts, of course. I'm trying to get like a guitar, the bass, the drums, vocals, I'm not so sure, but, you know, I'd love to get to the point where I do that. When it comes to programming, like, you know, have this sort of like talking head shot, this angle, and then obviously like the screen recording of whatever it is I'm doing and stuff like that. Product showcasing is still very cool to me. Like, I have a keyboard coming in soon, later today. I could make a video on it, but I probably won't, just because I'm not interested in doing that right now. And also because, you know, I'm busy. I have stuff to do for school, so I'd like to use my keyboard instead of, you know, having it sit in a box for a couple of weeks before I can get to, you know, making a video and stuff like that. I made sort of a video talking about this journaling stuff, but I want to make like a more in-depth video and, you know, go further, deeper into certain things. I want to make videos about photography. This video probably would have been that, but then like this video would have been an amalgamation of things. And I didn't want it to be that. I want it to be more of like a sit-down video when it comes to commentary, as opposed to me just like giving you an update on life. Because I had this bad habit where I wouldn't make a video and then it'd be like, okay, I'm going to make a video. I come over here, I'm just like, hey guys, I haven't made a video for the last year because I am bored. It's not a good excuse, and it doesn't make for a good video. So, you know, I'm also just like being more eccentric about it. I don't know if that's the right word to use. I'm being more enthusiastic about it. I know that's the right word to use. You know, I'm letting out more energy in this video just so like, because in a way this video is sort of that way that I just described that I don't want it to be, but me being more enthusiastic about it just sort of like makes it more enjoyable to watch. But yeah, that's sort of the goal. That's the direction that I'm trying to take the channel in. I want every video to just be like something that I'm proud of, and you know, I'm also trying to get more into like socializing and stuff. Like, I want the stuff to be like very, because like obviously it's just the way that I am with like certain people or with like my friends and stuff, but like I want that to be well conveyed through the camera so that you can sort of feel a bit of that. And I feel like opening that video with my friend here being annoying on the phone, he's gonna watch this and like he's gonna feel something because, you know, he's part of the video, and I feel something because I let him be part of the video. And, you know, like it's also very cool because, you know, he makes his own videos and stuff. Like, he's passionate about what he does, I'm passionate about what I do, and so it's cool that like both of us, you know, like we're both sort of in this video now. So like I want more of that as well. Like, I want to make more things with people, but like before I can really do that, I have to like start practicing making things by myself on my own. So with that, I'm just gonna finish this video because it dragged on for way too long, honestly. But that's pretty much where I want to take the channel. Hopefully within the remainder of the year. There's a lot to happen. I'm on spring break the week after this week, or so next week rather. And, you know, I have summer vacation soon and stuff like that, so I'll have more time for all this. But yeah, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. This is all jumbled now, but yeah, I'm very happy. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.